500,000 years after humans disappeared, we woke from cryo-sleep. HFY Sci-Fi story. The first sound I heard was not my heartbeat but the cracking of the ice around me. It groaned like an ancient beast being forced awake after 500,000 years of silence. My eyelids peeled open to a faint blue light and the hiss of the chamber depressurizing. My throat burned when I tried to breathe. For a few seconds I didn't remember who I was. Then the memories came rushing back like a flood of ghosts: Earth, the Exodus program, the wars, the silence of extinction. My name was Commander Ray Salas of the Terran Cryo Fleet, and I was the last known captain of humanity's final arc. Until that moment, I had believed we'd never wake again. Around me, hundreds of cryopods blinked alive, spilling cold mist into the chamber. One by one, the others stirred, faces pale, eyes glassy, uniforms still bearing the insignia of the Terran Defense Command. The ship's AI, Atlas, stuttered to life. Cryogenic cycle complete. Estimated time since departure: 500,021 Earth years. My heart almost stopped. 500,000 years. Humanity was supposed to wake after 1,000. Something had gone catastrophically wrong. When we stepped out into the main deck, the view outside our observation bay tore the breath from our lungs. The Milky Way was wrong. Stars had moved. Constellations twisted into unfamiliar patterns. Earth's coordinates were void, the system entirely gone, its sun dimmed to a dead ember surrounded by scattered debris. "Atlas," I whispered. "Status of Sol?" The AI hesitated, then replied, "The Sol system collapsed approximately 482,000 years ago due to stellar expansion. Planetary bodies destroyed. Silence consumed the deck. The Earth was gone." Lieutenant Naira, our biologist, dropped to her knees, trembling. "Then why did the ship wake us?" she whispered. Atlas's hollow projection flickered. "Because you were detected." "Detected? By what?" I asked. The AI's voice grew colder. "Unknown vessels approached within 1 light minute. Energy readings suggest non-Terran technology. Advancing formation." We scrambled to stations, hands shaking as we revived the ancient war systems. The ship, Erebus 9, was a relic from a time when humanity still dreamed of surviving extinction through steel and faith. The fusion cores came online with a scream, reactor coils glowing white. "Unknown vessels now in range," Atlas reported. "Hailing frequencies open." A voice, alien and melodic, filled the bridge. "Unidentified derelict. You trespass upon archive sector of the core dominion. Identify your origin." The words were strange, but our translators parsed them easily. I stood tall before the comms hollow. "This is Commander Ray Salas of the Terran Cryo Fleet. Humanity." There was silence. Then a low, shocked hiss. "Humanity is myth," the voice said. "Your species perished in the first purge of the primal age. You cannot exist." I smiled grimly. "Then consider this your myth reborn." Their ships appeared on the screens, sleek, serpentine structures that glowed with silver plasma. They circled us like predators around an ancient whale. "Surrender relic. You are property of the Dominion." I turned to my crew. Weapons online. Erebus 9 was old, but she had teeth. Rail cannons from the Age of Iron roared for the first time in 500,000 years. The first core cruiser evaporated in a silent explosion of molten light. The others panicked, forming defensive lines, but they had never fought humans. They didn't understand relentlessness, didn't understand what desperation looked like when it wore flesh. "Commander," Naira shouted, "they're scanning us, analyzing our genome." The AI confirmed it. They appear to be cross-referencing with stored biological archives. They possess data on humans. That meant one thing: they had our records. "Where did you get that data?" I demanded through the comms. The alien commander responded coldly, "From your creators." The words froze the blood in my veins. "Repeat that," I said. "Your species built the first seed civilizations that gave birth to the Dominion. You are the ghosts of our gods." The crew stared in disbelief. 500,000 years gone, and the galaxy had grown from our ashes. We weren't forgotten. We were worshipped and then erased. Outside, a fleet larger than any we'd ever seen warped into existence. Dozens of Dominion warships, shimmering with alien grace, filled the void. The AI reported quietly, probability of survival, less than 0.004%. I grinned bitterly. "So you're saying there's a chance?" We launched everything: EMP flares, kinetic slugs, guided micro-warheads. The void lit like dawn over a dead sun. 4 hours, maybe days, we fought. Our ship screamed, our hull broke apart in molten sheets. One by one, cryopods ruptured, spilling the last remnants of humanity into the stars. But we didn't stop. Humans never stop. The Dominion fleet hesitated. We saw it in their movements, in the way their formation faltered. For the first time in eons, they met something that didn't yield. They called us primitives, but primitives don't make extinction fight back. When Erebus 9's main reactor overloaded, I made a choice. I rerouted the last of our energy into a final pulse, a message, a beacon containing our DNA, our memories, our history. "If humanity dies again," I said softly, "let it at least die screaming." The ship exploded in a wave of white fire that blinded sensors across the system. The Dominion fleet retreated, crippled. But our message flew. It traveled beyond the core stars, across the spiral arms, through dead networks that once carried human thought. And somewhere, in a forgotten observatory orbiting a red dwarf, something answered. Atlas's backup signal caught it before the ship systems died completely, a faint human-coded ping, ancient yet unmistakable. Cryo-Fleet Delta responding, "Location unknown, we are awake." Even as Erebus 9 disintegrated, a smile crept across my face. Humanity wasn't gone. We had scattered, like seeds in the void. And now, after 500,000 years, we were waking up everywhere. The core Dominion, shaken by what they'd seen, declared an emergency summit. Their scholars tore through forbidden archives, unearthing long-buried data, records of a species so resilient, so violently adaptive, that even extinction had failed to claim them. The word human became taboo again, a whisper of apocalypse. And out there, across the dark arms of the galaxy, our descendants stirred. Some had evolved in isolation. Some remembered nothing of Earth. But when they saw the signal, the last transmission of Erebus 9, something in their DNA burned with recognition. They didn't know the language, but they understood the feeling, home. Within decades, the first Terran signals began to echo across interstellar channels. New ships launched. Colonies long thought dead blinked alive. The galaxy that once believed humanity extinct watched in silent horror as a species it had forgotten began to re-emerge. And this time, we weren't rebuilding empires or seeking peace. We were coming to reclaim the stars that had grown from our bones. When the Dominion tried to stop us, they learned the final truth of our kind, that humans are not defined by survival alone but by defiance. We are the storm that forgets it died. And as our fleets rose again, the galaxy whispered a new prayer, not for victory, but for mercy.